YouTube. All right, guys, what's going down, man? This is your boy, DJ Just J with Just Dimes ENT, and I am your humble host of the Soto You Dig. I'd like to give a shout out to you guys and thank you guys for being here this evening. It is midnight. We are doing a late show. As you guys know, that we originated third shift here on the Soto You Dig, so don't be surprised when we do late shows here. It happens. So I was getting a few other things set up here for the studio. I think it is beautiful. I think it's amazing. I got the TV mount here, and I've got my mixer here. I've got pretty much everything that I need now. It's all right here, and it's all in a separate, space where I can literally just set up and just do my thing right here. So what I want to do here is we're going to go into giving shout outs to everybody on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to play some intro music. I'm going to give you a synopsis and the actual story. Then we're going to go into a panel. I actually had some people already ask me for the panel link. So we will do a panel. Just to let you guys know, all you have to do to get on the panel and join the Google Hangouts is email me at that email address right there, that one. TheSotoYouDig@gmail.com. All right. Let me give a shout out to my people out here that are in YouTube land. Give a shout out to my sister Ty Sands. What's going on? What's going on? And also, let me preface this real quick. If you guys want to show support for the show, the easiest way to do that is to hit the PayPal link, which is right here, right there. And if you hit that PayPal link, you can send whatever you want to send as a gift. It's always awesome. Or you can also support us monthly and check out the Patreon, which is right there. Check out the Patreon at patreon.com/DJJustJOK. We always appreciate the support. And as you see, we are continuing to grow the shows. We had another show hit over 11,000 views. It's freaking amazing. Your support is amazing. So let me say what's up to my sister Ty Sands in the building. What's up, Ty Sands? My sister Diana Powell's always showing love. E-Dog is in the building. My brother DJ C Smooth. I'm gonna tell you something. Not only is he amazing, but he's also an amazing DJ. He sent me a mix that was fire. I was like, man, bro, like some music I didn't think I'd be listening to. It was hot. I love it. So shout out to my brother DJ C Smooth. Talisha Butler's in the building. What's going on? My husband is Sherrod Ellis. We will be here when the show starts. Also, good. I like that. Husband and wife in the building, guys. Gotta love that. This is a family show, a family-friendly show on top of that. CJ Gunn is in the building. What's going on? Egoos is me. That's my sister Erica. What's going on? JoJo Jr. Shabadoo. What's happening? Therese Radigan is in the building. What's going on? King James Beats in the building from LA. What's going on? Revy Guns is in the building. He's using a pic of he'll know. We talked about them. What's going on, Revy Guns? Let's see, who else am I missing? Got a few more names here. Who am I missing? If you guys need to get a shout out, just say something in the chat. To Queen Hilton is in the building. What's going on? Yes, the show's time is correct. I am live now. Let's see. Anthony Cantor is in the building. What's going on? He says hi to Jay and to the You Dig family. What's going on? Who else am I missing? Keenan Lamont Thompson in the building. What's up, my brother? Let's see. Who else? Loa's in the building. My sister Loa's in the building. What's going on? Appreciate you being here as always. My brother Super T. Had to give you one of them Arsenio shout outs right there. My brother Super T is in the building, man. Y'all make sure, if y'all guys ever need a rental car, y'all make sure and Google search Tavis Rentals. The car might not have no gas in it when you get it, and they might not have the keys to it, but I will tell you this, eventually you will get to where you need to be. So shout out to Tavis Rentals in the building. Also in the building, Jay McLovin is in the building. I always give Jay McLovin a big, huge shout out. My heart, my love, my backbone, my support. You girl, you know it. In the building. Spark Plug was cracking. Sherrod Ellis, what's going on? There's Sherrod. All right, good. Screen is black. The screen better not be black. Screen better not be black. Who said that? Joey Jojo? I'm about to look right now. I'm gonna be mad at you if this screen is not black, sir. Let me check it out. Let me make sure. Man, that video look good, bro. What you talking about? The screen is black. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Skohar, my brother Sko. Who? Sko. Who? Skohar is in the building. Chevelle, my brother Chevelle is in the building. What's going on? Roger Cash is in the building. What's cracking? Let's see. Super. Oh, I already said Super T. Lisa Beard is in the building. What's going on, Lisa? Brielle, my brother Brielle is in the building. What's cracking, Holmes? Randall Garner in the building. What's going on? Love the green screen. Thank you very much. It's nice and sharp, isn't it? Like I'm telling you guys, like I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So I'd like to just say thank you to the people that donate, because it does pay off. Not only are we able to do things here, but we're able to do things outside of the show that help quite a bit. So thank you very much. Demonio316, what's going on? So when will I get to the point? Well, I actually already told you exactly what I'm gonna do, so you gotta make sure and pay attention, all right? So I'm gonna give shout outs, then we're gonna play the intro song, then we're gonna play the show. That's the way it works. You gotta listen. But appreciate you being here. Let's see. Carrie Rufo, my sister, is in the building. All right, that looks like everybody. Let me check Facebook. Hey, my brother Ricky is in the building, man. My brother Ricky McNeil is in the building. Let me give a shout out to him. I'm not sure how late you're gonna be up, Rick, but my brother, he said, yes, we should be able to have financial abortions. And we're talking about the concept, the idea. I think it's a fair concept, but he's already weighing in, so I love that, man. So shout out to my brother over there on Facebook. What's going on, Omar the Gemini? I mean, like I said, man, I will spend as much time as we need to make sure and give these shout outs, because I want to make sure every person that comes into this chat knows that I appreciate you guys. So I'm going to look you in the screen, look you in the face, and I'm going to tell you guys, for everybody that comes through, I appreciate every single view that we get here. That's just how I rock, all right? Okay, cool. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jay McLovin. I'm glad you guys know not to block over here, man. That's not how we get down. Cool. Let people talk. Let them say what they say. 2018, 2019, am I related to Tommy? No, not as far as blood, but Tommy is my brother, and I love my brother Tommy. I love his message, and I will continue to support his message. So that's the answer to your question. All right. Let's go ahead and get this show started. I'm going to start you guys off with our intro song, if I could find it. Right? It's not a very smart thing for me not to know where the music is. But we're going to get straight to the money. And let me give a shout out to my brother Kurt Dog, who provides the soundtrack to the show. And if you guys don't know, now you know. Y'all make sure and look up my brother Kurt Dog. This is me and Kurt Dog, straight to the money. Just Jay and I'm back again. Hit the highway, and then I gassed up. Then with the fuel city, and got my bag up. Hey, it's time to get that cash. I mean, I'm about to smash. Just turn the lights on. The flow will never crash. Drinks are going up. I mean, they turning up. Everybody's tipsy, but ain't no throwing up. I press play, they hit the floor, now the party's lit. Ladies on the floor vibing, I'm spinning hits. The club is popping, so you gotta meet us at the spot. On the south side of the D, man, we got it locked. I jumped in the ride, said, "Bae, I'll see you later." Headed to the front door out to get this paper. I threw on my J's, then put on my jeans. Fresh fade, fresh fitted, man, I'm looking clean. Then I took a shower for about an hour. I let my girl know the plan, so she's never sour. While we laid up, movies on the screen, and my phone rings. It's my homie, and I gotta bring. I mean, I gotta come and bring my A game. Homie, are you busy? I mean, we need you, man.
Straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on that hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with a full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on that hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with a full clip. And I'm gone. Get the money, then I'm gone in the flash. Headed back to the shack to put the money in the stash. Take me a quick shower, throw on some new clothes. Jump in a different whip to keep them haters on they toes. Holla at my nigga Dub, trying to see what's up. Him and Reeves at the park and they posted up. They got the whips out with the barbecue. Told them give me 30 minutes and I'm coming through. Pull up to the park slow when it's hella deep. Hopped out with the heater, I don't never sleep. Seen the homie show love and got in the mix. Made a plate, then I took me a couple of flicks. I kicked back for a minute, told the homies I was headed to the shack in a minute. Made me another plate, told them that I was out. I gotta make a run and get up on my paper route. And I'm gone.
Straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I'm gone.
That's how I do it, man.
What up, Chris Thorns? When I get in, I get out.
I don't stick around too long, man. I get to the money.
What's up, Tim Scorcher?
Come through, say what's up to my niggas. Fuck them hoes. I ain't tripping on them hoes. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, fuck them hoes. Real shit. Had me a little something. Say what up and then I'm gone.
I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I'm gone.
I'm gonna give you guys one more song here by my brother L Smooth. So shout out to my brother L Smooth. Lamar Mensa L Smooth. Again, man, my son Jay McLovin, my baby, my heart, is posting the link out there. If you guys want to hit that Patreon, it's patreon.com/DJ JustJOK. And she also put the PayPal out there. You guys continue to hit them links. Continue to support the show. I'm going to give you a song by my brother L Smooth called Plateau. It's all about elevating. I love this song. I don't think I play this guy for you guys very often, so I'm going to give you this one. All right?
I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate, trying to reach another plateau. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate, trying to reach another plateau.
I'm going to do you guys one better. How about this? Instead of telling you about the video, how about I show you this video? How about that? You guys will like that? I'm actually show you his video because I really like this video. All right, let me get this up on the screen for you real quick. Love this video. Shout out to my brother L Smooth.
I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate, trying to reach another plateau. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate, trying to reach another plateau. As I sit back, chillax and strategize, have to put my vision in fruition and capitalize. Yeah, I'm just a normal guy going through it. Bum a ride to the gig. Better yet, let me go and bum a cig. Stressful days just seem to never leave. That's my pet peeve. Still want the salary of Charlie Sheen. Does that mean rob, steal, or kill, or pray for a meal, or sell my soul for a deal? I think not, y'all, it's not important. Rather own lots of land than owning 40 pairs of Jordans. I'm cool with the Batman's trying to date an actress. When I put it down, here she gon' hold me captive. Yo, your footwear, it don't matter. Cause if you don't know where they're taking you, your life stays scattered. It's all about the actions. I'm moving on up to the east side with the George Jefferson strut. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate, trying to reach another plateau. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate, trying to reach another plateau. Take one step back to take 2 steps ahead. With your plan of attack, you have none, then you're dead. A man without a plan moves at a snail's pace. If they lucky, they only get to see the poker face, cause emotion plays a part when you're trying to elevate. I'm getting rid of folks playing the role of anchor weights. Can't slow me down no more. I got too much pride, trying to flourish and retire by the age of 45. A BG that stays alive, hardly need the disco. BG is acronym for boss general. You thought it stood for something else, like a baby gangster. I guess you're right, only matters when your mind takes you. A constant daydreamer looking for a legal come up. My brain be working through the nightfall and sun up. Some of y'all tripping and still waiting for reparations. And meantime, work towards elevation. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate, trying to reach another plateau. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate. I'm only here to elevate, trying to reach another plateau.
That's my brother L Smooth. Plateau. Yeah. It is positive. I love that beat, man. I love the video. Shout out to my guy Steve, the director. Plateau. Shout out to my brother Prayer Hands. To my brother Spider the Wise Musician, man. Shout out to the whole camp. You know, my brothers over there at Full Fledged GNT. You know, my guy Colfo, my guy Liquid. You know, the whole camp, man. Everybody, man. Shout out to my brother Spider the Wise Musician, man. But yeah, that video was provided by Steve the director, I believe. But yeah, I thought that was a little bit of a different change there to be able to give you guys like an actual visual video. So I love that video. It's real positive stuff. Now, what I have to do here is I absolutely have to take a look, because I was told I received a donation. So let's go ahead and go into the show portion of the show, and I'm going to read this donation off. Oh, Jesus. Cool. That's cool. Let me see. All right, I'm going to read this off. And thank you, Spark Pro. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to my brother L Smooth. Shout out to Kurt Dog. You know, I get music from a lot of places. I need you to let me know, do you want me to say, do you want me to read the name? So I'll wait for that. I'll read the message, but let me know if you want me to read the name. I got a donation, and the first donation of the show says, just want to give you something, just want to give something to you, bro. Keep the Soto You Dig platform going. Keep on doing what you do. Hashtag much love. Hashtags DJs rule. So I'm gonna wait and see what the answer is to that, because I gotta make sure. Is my chat moving, or am I tripping? Am I tripping? Looks like the show is still running. Let me make sure. If you guys are watching, if you guys can hear. Oh, okay. No, I got you. I was wanting to make sure. Is it okay? He said it's him, so I can read the name. I gotta say, shout out to my brother DJ C Smooth. Not only a DJ and a damn good DJ. Matter of fact, you guys look up DJ C Smooth on SoundCloud. DJ C Smooth. If you want to put that link out there for them to listen to your music, bro, I would love for you to post your links out there so they can check you out on SoundCloud. I'm going to tell you something. Like, I don't DJ house music. I haven't had an opportunity to even dabble in that genre. But damn, DJ C Smooth is the epitome of his name. He was real smooth. Real smooth. I loved it. Like I got to listening to it, and I could not stop listening to it. It was awesome. But even more awesome as a person, my brother, man, DJ C Smooth, brother, I don't know what to say, man, but thank you very much. You know, like, I can't really say anything, man. Like I say, I know it's a lot of people that want to watch the show and they just want to get entertained. They want to, you know, see a show and all that stuff. They want Tommy to, jump through hoops. They want, all of us, basically just to put up content. And I'll tell you guys, it helps a lot when, people do support us in a monetary way. And for the small amount of people that we have here that make contributions, and some make larger ones than others, is absolutely amazing. The type of support that, brother, all I can say is thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get on with the show portion of the show, because this is what you guys came for. You guys wanted to hear what I'm going to rant about, and I'm going to give it to you. So hopefully I can do this story some justice. Now, for purposes of not getting flagged, not only do I have to let you guys know that, we have some difficulty with getting flagged over here and stuff like that. So what I want to say is for you guys that have sensitive ears, and for you people that have some sensitivities that you don't like your views to be challenged, you believe in the, in different views than what we believe in here. You guys should know what you're going to get when you come over to the Soto You Dig. You kind of know roughly about what we're going to speak about. But I got to say, we are going to challenge the status quo. We're going to challenge, the common views and the common beliefs in the world. Okay. That's what we do here. Shout out again to my people out there on Facebook. So if you guys are not ready to hear that, then like I say, it's an exit button up there in that top right corner. All you have to do is hit that and just don't watch. You don't have to flag. That's all I ask. All right. You don't have to like it. You could even hit the thumbs down if you don't like it, if you disagree. But what I ask for you guys to do is, if you want to challenge me on your facts, post it in the chat or come on to the panel. Be more than happy to talk to you. I'm probably one of the easiest YouTubers to talk to. I've been on other people's shows that were just completely insensitive and just jerks for no reason. And those people out there know who they are. But like I say, we don't get down like that over here. We're fair. We give everybody a chance to speak and speak their mind and speak their truth. All right. Now, the question I want to ask you guys, should men be able to opt out of fatherhood? That's the question that we're asking today. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be weighing the pros and the cons of a man's right to a financial abortion. So people want to know, well, what is this financial abortion and why do men want to walk away from fatherhood? Well, speaking from personal experience, I've definitely had some difficulties out there. Shout out to my brothers that maybe can understand where I'm coming from with this whole child support system, with having kids, having more than one child's mother, which I'm not proud to be in that position. Post a link to his video in the comments. Okay, I got you, Ricky. I'll do that. Hey, Net, how you doing? Net is in the building. This will be interesting because she's a mother, so I would definitely be interested to see what you think about this. So if you're up late and you want to, if you stay on here long enough, then I definitely like to see what you say about what I have to say about this particular topic. So give me just a second. Let me get this link for Ricky real quick. Let's see. There you go, Rick. There's that link if you want to check that out. That's L Smooth's music right there. Now, financial abortion. What does it mean? Matt Dubé and Lauren Wells have broken up by the time she discovered she was pregnant. The two only had dated for a few months and had polar opposite views on parenthood. And a lot of you guys know, especially in the black community, this is commonplace. This happens all the time. We have a ridiculous rate for out of wedlock childbirths, which is about 82%, if I'm not mistaken. So this would be something that we should all be familiar with, especially if you're black. All right. The two had only dated for a few months and they had different views on parenthood. And they wanted to keep the child. Dubé didn't want to become a father. Wells wanted to keep the child. So the woman wanted to keep the child. The dude didn't want to keep the kid. But when the state of Michigan pressed him to pay child support, he refused. The resulting legal battle became one of the most high-profile cases on men's reproductive rights to date. But since the case, which reached its 10-year anniversary this year. Not much has actually changed, which is why we're talking about it. In court, then 25-year-old Dubé put forward a novel legal agreement. When a child is unplanned, men should have an equivalent right to a woman's right to abortion. I'll read that again because, like I said, I don't speak very clearly, but I do this a lot, so I'm working on trying to speak more clear. What he wrote back then in court was, when a child is unplanned, men should have an equivalent right to a woman's right to abortion. In other words, women can choose if they want to opt out of the legal and financial responsibilities that come with parenthood by aborting the fetus. And therefore, so should men. So if we want to preach equality, if we want to preach fairness, then it seems like that would be a fair equivalent. To be clear, Dubé wasn't arguing that a man should actually be able to decide whether or not a woman should have an abortion. Rather, if a woman decides to have the child, the man involved should have the ability to opt out of the legal obligations of fatherhood. That means no legal relationship with the child and no liability to pay for the child for the next 18 years. I'll say that again. What he's saying is that he's not challenging a woman's right to abortion. But what he's saying is if she decides to have that kid, he should have the ability to opt out of the legal responsibilities. That means no legal relationship, no legal ties with the child, and no liability to pay child support to DHS for the next 18 years. And what DHS is it's a company that collects child support on behalf of the state because they are commissioned to do so. If you guys don't know, for every dollar that they collect on child support under Title IV, they get a commission. So everybody that works for the Child Support Commission for the state, they all get paid before they send that check down to the mother. Don't know if you guys know that. If you don't know that, then I would encourage you to look that up. They make a commission. It is big business. Matter of fact, it is a billion-dollar business. As my brother, I wish he was here right now, my brother Jason Gunn pointed out the other day, I actually pointed out to you, one of the things that that is the biggest moneymaker in the United States, the biggest industry that makes the most money, as far as state-run programs, is child support. Child support makes millions and millions of dollars every single year, and it just goes straight to them off of the backs of parents, mainly fathers. All right. Now, the presiding judge ruled against Dubé, noting if chivalry is not dead, its viability is gravely imperiled by the plaintiff in this case. If chivalry is not dead, which is what the judge said, its viability is gravely imperiled by the plaintiff in this case. The case was dubbed, quote, the male equivalent of Roe versus Wade, with both the National Center for Men and the National Organization for Women chiming in as a media circus unfolded. Yeah, man, if you guys are on child support, if you understand, that system, make sure and say something out there. My people on Facebook, if you're familiar, let me know. Ladies, if you have a father on child support, feel free to speak your truth out there. Like I said, I don't want you guys to feel like you don't have a say here. That's the environment that I've created here. It's been very, very hard work making sure that I don't time out people, don't block people, nothing like that, because I want you guys to be able to come over here and start speaking with some truth and logic. So if you guys have these issues, if you guys disagree with where we are so far or our standpoint, say something. Because what we want to do here is we want to spark a conversation. We'll actually have a panel. Email me at thesodayoudig@gmail.com. I'll get you on the panel. We'll talk tonight about this, here in about the next 10 minutes or so. Okay? Now, Roe versus Wade, which was a case, you guys can look that up, ROE versus Wade, WADE, gave women control of their reproductive lives, but nothing in the law changed for men. Mel Fate, who's the director of the National Center for Men, wrote in a press release at the time, quote, women now have control of their lives after an unplanned contraception. but men are routinely forced to give up control, forced to be financially responsible for choices only women are permitted to make, forced to relinquish reproductive choice. And I've said this to you guys before, and I'll say it again for the people that have not seen this show before. Child support equals come up. Ridiculous. I like that. Thank you, Tim. I understand. I understand, bro. I promise you I do. All right. But I asked the woman, matter of fact, I asked my cousin. I'm not going to put her name. I'll say my cousin D. So Jay McLovin knows who I'm talking about. I asked my cousin D when I was over there at her house recently, like some weeks ago. And I asked her and I said, once the seed leaves a man's body, what choices does that man have once his seed leaves his body? What options, what choices does he have? You know the answer I got? I got silence. I actually got silence. And the reason for that is because I actually asked a pertinent question. I asked a question that I've thought a lot about. And it's a question that does require some thinking before you actually give an answer. Because when you think about it, a woman has a lot of options at that point. All right. There's the Plan B pill, which, you can get those relatively cheap at Walmart or your CVS or whatever, markets that you guys go to that sell those things. You have the abortion option. You have late-term abortion options. You also have the ability of adoption. You have the ability to leave the kid at a safe house, meaning a hospital, a police department, a fire station. You could just drop the kid off relatively early, but you can drop the kid off and have zero legal and financial responsibility as a woman for the child that you decided to carry and have. That's fair, right? It's fair because of the fact that not only do they have options, they don't want to harm these children. They don't want the women to feel like they might harm them if they choose their mind or decide they may have made a mistake. Maybe they were raped. Maybe it could have been anything, right? We get that. We're not arguing that. But what we're saying is on the flip side, what options do men have once that seed leaves his body? All right. The problem with that is the fact that we make it seem like, well, you shouldn't have slept with the woman. Well, you shouldn't have did this. Well, you shouldn't have did that. I've actually pointed out some cases where, men have actually been deceived. They've been lied to. They've been told that a woman was on contraceptive and she wasn't. A man used prophylactics and the prophylactics failed, which they do often. Condoms pop. Stuff happens. I've seen but I've heard of cases and read of cases where a man has disposed. What's up, Jason Gunn? There he is. Where men have disposed of condoms and women have actually taken those condoms that maybe didn't flush, maybe they were tossed in the trash, actually taken those things and use them to impregnate themselves, to not make it super nasty, because I don't want to get flagged up in this thing, right? But yes, I have heard of the weirdest things. I've even heard of dudes that have literally gotten fellatio, and those women have held it, took it to the bathroom, and used it to impregnate themselves. If you guys have never heard these stories, I'm surprised, because women like to talk. Women love to talk amongst each other and share stories. I'm sure you guys have heard this. If you haven't, you gotta start asking. You gotta start talking to people, because this thing is very prevalent. It happens a lot. All right. But in that case, if a man is robbed basically of his right, like he didn't intend, like he did everything right. He protected himself. Maybe he didn't even insert himself, vaginally, and still be held financially, legally, biologically responsible for a kid that he did not want to be here because of an act that both people participated in. But it's funny how, you know, you can give a woman 100% control over what happens thereafter, after that seed leaves the man's body. She has 100% control, excuse me, 100% control over what happens thereafter. The choice is hers thereafter. Now, where's the fairness in that? Where's the fairness? Where's the man's choice after that? Because I hate when people say, well, you shouldn't have slept with her. No, that's dumb. Because women like sex just as much as men do. Women like sex just as much as men do. And anybody that disagrees with that is probably not being honest. Or they might not be honest with themselves. So because two people mutually want to participate in this act, it ain't just like men are out here just wanting to do stuff that women don't want to do. No, that's bullcrap. Because as few men is out there and women outnumber men, and men are able to go out here and, you know, pursue women, and then they end up engaging in these acts, that means both people wanted to participate, except for the very rare, very, very rare cases where a woman is maybe taken advantage of, right? We're not discounting rape. We're not discounting, you know, date rape or anything like that. What we're talking about is the consensual sex. Okay? If you have consensual sex, then the law should be that both people have choices. Now, I wouldn't even be against. I want you guys to tell me if you feel where I'm coming from. You people out there in YouTube, you people out there in Facebook. Men are very fair people. Shout out to my brothers. Holla if you hear me. Y'all say something if y'all believe where I'm coming from. I think men are very fair. If you allow men a choice to be fair, men are usually going to side on the side of being fair. If you give them a choice, I would say men would even be okay if you just said, you know what? Maybe you don't have to be 100% responsible for whatever choice that woman makes, whether she wants to have that kid or whether she wants to get rid of that kid. Maybe you could just be 50% responsible. Maybe even, I think some men would even be happy if you just said 75% responsible. But I think maybe even 25% responsible. But I definitely do think that reform needs to happen. It's the same thing that we speak on when we talk about the whole food stamp system and Section 8 and Title 4 and all of the welfare system. We just want it to be fair. That's it. But it shouldn't be that the man 50-50 is good. But it shouldn't be 100% on the woman's side and 0% on the man's side as far as choices after the seed leaves the man's body. That's bullcrap. That's not fair. That's not right. That's highway robbery on everybody's part. On the state's part, I don't know why the feds are allowing it. Well, I do know why the feds are allowing it because of the fact that it generates income for them and their families. Everybody benefits from it. But the messed up part about it is these police officers that are arresting these dudes out here and I'll get back into the story here in a moment. But for the men that are being out here arrested on child support, for the police officers that are enforcing this, because the majority of them are men, it's funny how whenever child support is put on those officers, I actually watched, I think Tommy did a story about an officer that offed himself. And I think he took his family out too over child support because he was going to lose everything behind a divorce and he was going to be hit like crazy for child support. And he was like, screw that, dude. So even the people that are being forced to enforce the law don't like the law. And that's crazy because no man is exempt. I'm going to give you guys another very sad example. There was a situation where I heard of an older woman in her late 20s, I believe. There was actually a woman that has sex with an underage boy. That's called rape. When I say underage, I'm talking about like 12 or 13. That's rape. Okay? He was raped. The boy was raped. Believe it or not, people don't like to talk about it, but rape actually occurs more to boys than most people want to admit. All right? It is a very high rate. But let's keep going. This boy was raped. This woman stole his seed from him. She conceived. She got pregnant from his seed. Had the kid. I don't think that she did any jail time. No, she got like probation or something like something crazy like that for taking advantage of this boy. And guess what she did right after that? She went down there and applied for government assistance. And you know what happens whenever you apply for government assistance? They're going to ask you, who's the father of your kid? Got to name somebody. So what she do? She named the father of the kid. The boy was put on child support. For anybody that hears that story, tell me that's what's fair about that. Tell me one single idea that's fair about that. Just one. I'd be more than happy to hear you out on that. So if we can agree that nothing is fair about that at all, then we know that we should have some reform. Let's go back into the story. Dubé, for his part, would explain his side of the story in a live interview on Dr. Phil. And he quotes, "Forcing me to be a father financially, mentally, and physically," and I know about that mental part, it's tough, "and physically is definitely not something that I feel is fair," he said on the show. When grilled about the elephant in the room, contraception, Dubé said they had used condoms initially, but towards the end of their brief relationship. So he kind of stopped using it at the end. Wells also told him that she was on the pill. How many of us have heard that? By the time of that interview, Wells had given birth. She stayed well out of the limelight, but issued a written statement saying her focus was on providing a nurturing home for baby Elizabeth. She quotes, "I'm disappointed that Matt has decided not to participate in Elizabeth's life so far and has instead chosen to contest any responsibility from our consensual actions last year," she wrote. "I believe life begins at conception and blossoms. I take responsibility for my actions and will do my best as an adult and a mother to protect and provide for our daughter." Dubé appealed, but was then again denied. Nancy Gibbs, then a staff writer and now editor of Time, described the case as a, quote, legal stunt, but pointed out that as a way of calling attention to double standards and unintended consequences, the campaign makes sense. In other words, Dubé never had a shot at winning, but the case sparked a debate worth having. Should men have as much right to control their reproductive lives and financial futures as women do? On the one hand, there's an argument that there should be a level playing field. Women and men should have the right to opt out of parenthood if they want to. I think that's fair. Women and men should have the right to opt out of parenthood if that's what they want to do. A woman can choose whether to have an abortion to keep the child without the man involved interfering with her choice. So if she wants to have an abortion, you can't stop her. All right? You can't legally stop her. You cannot physically stop her. However, if she does decide to keep the child, the man should have the right to choose whether he wants to become a father and take on the legal rights and responsibilities that come with that. Both should be able to decide what they want to do based on their individual circumstances and beliefs. Neither should be able to interfere with the other person's decision. Essentially, reproductive equality and autonomy. My goodness, for both genders. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I'm doing my best to try to read this out. Let me see. Thank you very much, Super T. Oh, wow. Nice. I actually might have an extra story for you guys here. Yep. Thank you, Super T. Wow. Wow. Super T, is that the same story? I think it is. I'm going to give you guys a story here. I'm going to open up this panel so I can get you guys on here. All right. Let me see if I can get this down off my screen, man. My screen is slowing down. So hopefully it's not lagging on you guys. I apologize about that. Lisa, that was a good question. What did Lisa post? Let me see. Where's she at? Okay. Okay. It looks like most of us are on the same page. Okay, I think we're good. So I don't see anything new here from my Facebook people. So let's continue to keep going. And I'm going to check out this email here. If you guys want to email me and hop on this panel, I'll be more than happy to have you guys on, okay? We still got a little bit left to the story, but we're definitely going to have a damn good panel here. Okay, Sage, I got you. Matter of fact, let me get you in here right now. Sage, if you're listening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you into the correct hangout. And then from there, I'm going to open it up so you guys can hop on, okay? And again, if you guys want to join this conversation live, all you have to do is shoot me an email, which they've been posting out there for you, at Soto, S-O-T-O, you dig, Y-A-D-I-G, at gmail.com. It's just that simple. All you have to do is send me a simple email and say, I want to join the panel. And at that point, I will send you a link. You click it, and then you're live with me. All right. There you go. Sage, you are now in the correct chat. When I hit that video button, then what I want you to do is hop on at that point. So we'll start the hangout here in a minute. Okay, good. That's the only one we got so far. Good deal. All right. Now, the way this will work in practice, just to let you guys know, is a little murkier. Francis Goldschneider, a now retired sociology professor at Brown University, was one of the first academics to put forward a proposal for what she called financial abortion. What's up, Jessica? How you doing? Thank you for being here. It would work something like this. A man would be notified when a child was accidentally conceived, and he would have the opportunity to decide whether or not to undertake the legal rights and responsibilities of parenthood at that point. The decision would need to be made in a short window of time, and once the man has made his decision, he will be bound by it for life. I'll read that again because that automatically is a awesome, great, fair concept. Let's rewind it. A man will be notified when the child was conceived. He would have the opportunity to decide whether or not to undertake the legal rights and responsibilities of parenthood. The decision would be made in a short window of time, and after the man makes his decision, he is bound to that decision for life. Y'all agree? Disagree? Y'all a little quiet over there in the chat. I'm used to you guys just chatting. I know it's late. But do you guys agree or disagree? I agree with that 100% so far. We still got a little bit more left to go. So if you guys will, we got about 74 people watching. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. It's a very, very easy thing to do to show support for the show. Not everybody has the ability to financially support the show monetarily. If you would hit the thumbs up, it works just as good as currency, okay? Hit the thumbs up, please. All right? So far, so good. I like that. This means a guy couldn't decide to opt out of fatherhood a few years down the track when it's no longer suited for him, which I think I like that. This decision would also be recorded legally, perhaps on the child's birth certificate or in a court order. Now, technically, as of right now, that's how they're getting most men for child support, is because they're signing the birth certificates without knowing that this is the consequence behind it. When you sign that when you sign that birth certificate, you're actually signing up for child support, just to let you guys know. All men. This ain't hashtag not all men. Even if you ain't biologically the father, if you are found out that you are not biologically the father, you sign that birth certificate, oh, you're going to be the father. Legally, you're going to be the father. Dad by default. I want you guys to put a pin in that and remember what I said, okay? But critics point out that an equal reproductive rights for men and women are simply not realistic. As the judge in Dubé's case concluded, a woman's right to abortion and a man's right to reject fatherhood are not quite oh, Lord have mercy. Why they got to use words like this? I can't pronounce this. I'm not going to even lie to y'all. I can't pronounce this word. So what we're going to do is we're going to look up synonyms of this word. I'm just going to be real honest with you. I know what it means, but I can't pronounce the word. All right? Now, it said that a woman's right to abortion and a man's right to reject fatherhood are not quite related, basically. With abortion, a woman decides whether or not to bring a child into existence. The right of a child to legal relationship with his or her father, in particular, in particular, the right to financial support to help with the child's upbringing should trump the right of a man to opt out. Let me read that again. The right of the child to a legal relationship with his or her father, and in particular, the right to financial support to help with the child's upbringing, should trump the right of a man to opt out, which I disagree with. But at the end of the day, both parents were responsible for the conception of the child, so both should take responsibility for the child should the child be born, which that's where I disagree at. Susan Appleton. Wait a minute. How much? Okay, yeah, it's almost done. Susan Appleton, a professor at Washington University School of Law, has written extensively on reproduction and regret, most recently for the Yale Journal of Law and Feminism. She told me that in family law, there is a strong policy of, quote, personal responsibility. Or in other words, Dubé made a choice to engage in heterosexual intercourse without using contraception himself. He assumed the risk of becoming a parent when he ejaculated. Again, I'll tell you guys, when the seed leaves the body, the man ain't got no choices after that. That's bullcrap. Appleton teaches cases like Dubé versus Wells to students in her family law course who she says loves discussing it. Quote, they appreciate Dubé's argument about unfairness and inequality, but they almost always reach to the conclusion that no other outcome is possible. That's, if you think about that just on the surface, when they say no other outcome is possible, then why do we use colloquialisms like anything is possible? So why isn't anything possible when it comes to legal responsibility for children? Anything should be possible there too, right? 10 years later, the status quo that Dubé challenged in Dubé versus Will remains in place today, and there haven't been very many similar lawsuits since, in part because of the precedent set by the outcome of Dubé versus Wells, which is what they use for case law. Politicians have also declined to propose legislative changes that would allow men to have reproductive rights, perhaps due to the assumption that doing so would open the proverbial floodgates and result in an unprecedented number of men opting out of fatherhood. For the foreseeable future, at least, the idea of a man's right to choose will continue to gather dust in the legal history books until we do something about it. Right? Now, I got a hell of an article to read you guys, but I ain't gonna read it right now. What I'm gonna do, what's up, Chaz? How you doing, sis? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up this panel, and I'm going to get you guys on here so that way that we can have this discussion, right?